Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is the Texans Better Talk Show. Just coming off of that rough loss to the Tennessee Titans, let's see what starting quarterback, none other than CJ Stroud, had to say about this game. And hopefully you guys can hear what I hear, and we'll act like y'all do. Let's see.
CJ, what happened on the two interceptions today?
First, I just want to thank Jesus for this opportunity to play in the NFL, playing on Sunday, and
Love his intros. Love him.
just very grateful to him of being my savior. The first one couldn't really see much. Try to put it in the window, and we just weren't on the same page, and can't do that right there. That's giving them points, which also
First one was a communication error. Second one was on him, but let's see what he says about it.
ultimately led us to lose. And then the second one, just got to put it a little higher. If I get it to him, Nico has a lot of space to run. So just two mistakes that I made that can't happen.
And he's going to be critical of himself. But that first one, miscommunication, probably both their faults. Second one, yeah, for sure.
Well, CJ, obviously had a lot of good things happen today, but where do you think the biggest struggle comes in offensively in the second half recently?
You can point a lot of places, but I always point at myself. I'm the leader of the offense. I got to get us rolling.
O-line, play caller, quarterback. We could keep going.
Get our rhythm, we got to find a better way to end the first half better, start the second half better, and that's ultimately starts with me and taking care of the football and getting into a rhythm, run the ball well, getting us into the right reads, the right look. So I would just say that's why. That's how we're gonna get better. It's just I got to be better.
CJ, going in, yeah.
And he shouldn't have to be perfect, but yeah, he's not been playing well by any means, even compared to last year.
One more game for the bye week. How do you make sure that you guys get back on course, go into that bye week fully healthy to be able to come back out for the final 4 games of the regular season?
Got to practice really hard. Got to be really on each other. Everybody has to look themselves in the mirror and try to get things fixed. So that'll be the plan for this week. Practicing, getting better. Personally, I got to get better. As a team, we have to get better. Trying to go to Jacksonville and get a dub before bye week.
CJ, is there ever a sense of how we're in this position again when you face some of these second and third and longs that feel like have been consistent for a few weeks now? Is they were wondering, how does this happen again? How are we in another second?
It's a good question. I'm wondering what he's going to say to this because he can't say himself, right? So I'm wondering how he's going to answer this.
Third and long situation?
Not necessarily. I try to one-play mentality as best as I can and try to execute the next play. Whatever down a distance it is, I try to put my team in the best position to get the first or to get an explosive or whatever we need to help the team. So that's just my mindset when it comes to that.
Diplomatic answer.
Go ahead, DJ.
Obviously, you have all the time in the world. From your perspective, what do you have to do? You say you'll be a better person. What do you feel you have to do to improve on to help get the offense back on track?
I got to just practice better, play better. It's no secret. I haven't been playing well personally from my standard. I have a couple good drives, a couple good plays here, but it's just up and down right now. So I got to just, for me, I feel like it starts with practice, and then it comes to the game, staying focused. And, I've been focused. I watch as much film as anybody, and it's just sometimes it doesn't go your way. And, I got to be harder on myself and, realize that, games can't come down to me making plays. And, I didn't make enough, and I gave up the ball twice today. So I got to just be better, and I know that. So
See, I wish that was the answer. I wish just let's just say rookie year CJ Stroud, he just turned into that, or he met his standard. I don't even think it's enough. I don't think, number one, if that's even possible, is it enough? I don't know. Maybe it would be, but I think just how do you get to that point behind this offensive line with this play caller? Genuinely, I don't think that's possible, and I think you have to start looking at other solutions. Unless CJ Stroud proves me wrong and he's able to overcome this on a weekly basis, I mean, we're 12 weeks in, and he has not been able to do that. So there's got to be other ways to get this offense back on track. And I don't really know what they are. I really don't.
But it's no time. I'm not going to hold my head down. I'm going to, keep my chin up, chest high, and just, I know I'm still a great player, but I got to just, put better stuff on the field.
CJ, how much has some of the pressures and the sacks early on in the season caused you to be in the pocket later on this season?
Good question. A lot. Let me answer that for him because he's not going to answer that. He has been getting destroyed all season long. And that's not an excuse for him, but definitely impacted him a lot.
Not much. I mean, I would say I've been pretty comfortable. Today I was pretty comfortable. We went, I think, 3 quarters without a sack, and then the 4th quarter gave a couple, and some of them were my fault. So, yeah, I would say that I'm not really too affected by them. I try to sit in there as best as I can, or when it's not open down the field, then I try to take off and make a play and, just be smart with my legs as well. But I haven't really let it affect me too much.
So I think it has affected him a lot more than he's saying. He's saying it hasn't. But if that's true, and if it hasn't affected him, and these are 2 back-to-back weeks with good protection, relatively good protection, then it's almost more scary because you got 3 picks in 2 weeks, right, to 2 touchdown passes. So then it's pretty scary.
I see 2 quick kind of questions. What was supposed to happen on the play that you all got called for illegal motion?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll ask the second.
Good question.
And a quick one after that.
Yeah, I mean, we have a quick motion with Tank, and, it was miscommunication on my part in the huddle.
So it was Mixon's fault. I mean, not that it matters, but got it.
2 motions at the same time. That play kind of maybe seals the deal. You go down the 1, or I don't know if Nico scored. I stopped paying attention, but, if he scored, then, we give our defense the chance to stand up and then run it out. Or, we're on the 1, run it in or throw it in, and then we give our defense another chance. So that's things that can't happen. I got to be better in the huddle. I got to give the play better. And
that's kind of a fitting end to this story. Even Mixon was at fault, right? Mixon, who's been this amazing player for us, and I wouldn't trade him for any other running back in the league. But even he had a hand in it. So just a complete collapse from the offense.
Make sure guys are on the same page, and even when we break the huddle, still communicate a little bit and make sure, everybody's doing what they're doing. But, yeah, it was my fault.
You mentioned not being sacked in the first 3. Did you feel like the Titans brought more pressure in the 4th quarter, or was it something did they bring more pressure in the 4th quarter?
No. They brought a 0, and then they brought a couple dropout mans and things like that towards the end of the second half. The end of the first half. Second half, they brought a 0 and some little one-backer replacement pressures, but nothing insane that we didn't think about. But ultimately, yeah, I wouldn't say it affected me.
It's just a bad old line, man. He's saying right there they didn't do anything different. I don't know how true that is, but, when I was watching the game, I didn't feel like there was some huge defensive adjustment from the Titans. It just felt like, these O-linemen are getting tired or, whatever it is. Yeah, I don't know.
Last 2, Kim and then Paul.
Hey, CJ, you mentioned it a little bit earlier to Jonathan, but can you talk about the challenges just collectively you guys are having on offense from the communication standpoint?
It really hasn't been that crazy. There's a couple protections here, a couple things there, but I wouldn't say there's been too much, but that'll cost you the game is one mistake. That's NFL.
You don't see good contending teams making offensive line mistakes, and I've said that plenty of times. You don't see it happening. If it happens one time. Like, a key differentiator from good teams and great teams is the penalties, the disciplinedness, the ability to mentally know what's going on. And I've said it and probably sounded like a jerk several times. I don't think this offensive line has the mental capacity to do some of this stuff. I'm serious. I just don't understand how pro athletes can whiff blocks like that. And my theory is Shaq Mason is the only one who does, and he's washed. I've said this theory before, so I don't really know.
NFL, that's they're the best players in the world, and I told you guys how good the Titans defense was, and we got to be.
They got 2 guys on the D line They're not a good defense. That's the thing. The Titans are not a good defense. They have two dudes. That's it.
Be better as offense and give our defense a chance to, stand up at the end.
Last one.
Collectively, it seems like the little things offensively that have been happening all season long in terms of just little mistakes, talking about illegal formations and things like that. At this point, what from an approach perspective in practice leading up to the game can you guys do differently to maybe get different results?
You got to keep practicing and keep playing. I mean, you tell me. I don't know. That's all I know how to do is just practice better, play better, meet better, do everything better, and when it comes out like that, it's not fun, but, it's part of the game, and we'll use it one game out of the year that'll teach us a lesson. Sadly, we have to learn right now, or it'll teach us in future years. And for me, I'm just, going to use this as a time where I need to look myself in the mirror and get better. So, yeah. All right, y'all.
Yeah, really confusing answer to a last really great question, really kind of getting to that. Why is it that with those pro athletes on the field, this offensive line and offense in general can't seem to pick up simple communications and things to that nature? Like, why do we have people off sides? Why do we have all these penalties? Why do we have these illegal motions? And Stroud's just like, I don't know, which is concerning. I don't know if it's got to be bad coaching. I mean, this stuff doesn't happen under Dan Campbell. I mean, it doesn't happen under Andy Reid. Doesn't really happen under those great teams. So, the Ravens. So we're just not there yet. I think it's a coaching issue. These are pro athletes. It's also partly my offensive line theory. But yeah, that's really all I got for this, man. Stroud, he's going to take a lot of the blame like he does. He's a great leader, great person. He hasn't been playing well. Obviously, hard to get too, mad at him or anything like that. And like, he's still my QB. I'm not trying to be like super condescending during this video, but there are some concerning things that he addressed and that are pretty apparent. So yeah, that's all I got for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more Texans updates. Appreciate that, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.